Hi, I'm Thomas. Welcome to Pilot's Workshop. In this video I want to show you how you can make a beautiful bottle holder from nothing but firewood. And I want to show you a couple of ways that you can do it, and so I choose 3 logs of firewood. And the logs are about 20 to 25 centimeters long. And from here there are different ways how you can continue. On this piece I want one half to keep its natural surface and the other half to have a polished face. So first I split it in the middle and then straighten that face on the jointer. The next step is to cut the bottom end at an angle of about 45 degrees. You can do this either like here at the bandsaw, at the table saw, or with a handsaw. The top end can be shaped in any way you like. So I kept one in the natural way that it was, one I cut parallel to the bottom end, and one at a random angle. But all that you will see at the end of this video. If you're using a fairly rotten piece of wood like this one, a wire brush can be used to clean the surface as well as enhance the natural looks of it. But only on the pieces where you don't want to keep the bark. And after this, all there is really left to do is to drill the hole for the bottle. Either very carefully at a slight angle like this, or vertically into the workpiece. A 35mm hole seems to work perfectly for any wine bottle. After drilling the hole, it is time to check the balance of the bottle holder. I found out that every wine bottle with roughly the same size behaves exactly the same. So it is enough to try this with one wine bottle only. You basically try to tip the bottle holder with the bottle to either side, and you want to adjust the angle of the bottom surface in a way that it is equally hard to tip the bottle holder to the left as it is to the right, and equally hard to tip it to the front as it is to the back. This holder had to be adjusted to the front left, and that I did with a belt sander. And when the angle is right, every visible surface can first be rough sanded and then fine sanded to about 240 grit. At last, some protective finish can be applied. For this piece of hardwood, linseed oil is a good choice. You simply brush it on and let it sit for about 20 minutes, and then wipe off the excess, which brings up the shine. However, pieces that are more sensitive than this one, like the very rotten log that I picked for the other holder and the one that should keep the bark, need some stabilization. And for that, I want to brush them with thinned epoxy. And for mixing all that up, I quickly fold a small expendable bowl from aluminium foil. And once again, with the help of a small kitchen scale and a calculator, the components can be brought together. To get an epoxy resin that penetrates deep into the wood, I thin the mixture with some acetone. And then the resin can be brushed onto the wood. must say that this epoxy does not spread like normal lacquer, so you will need more of it than you would usually estimate. You can see here how quickly it seeps into the wood. And when all the brushing is done, the wine holder can be set aside to cure. Though the curing time will be longer than usual for that resin because of the acetone used to thin it. And then the wine holder is done. However you make yours, it will always be unique. And if you enjoyed this video, check out some of my other stuff. Leave a like and maybe subscribe. This is Pilot's Workshop. Thank you for watching.